Yeah, so finishing up comparisons challenge part 3 with Mike. We watched. What did we watch, Mike?
Point Break,
From
2015.
2015.
2015.
And what's your view on this?
I mean, what can I tell you?
What could you tell me? That it was good? I don't think you can tell me that.
No, I'm in agreement with you on that one. It was
pretty-
stale. It was stale. There was a lot
And
of
they tried to put so much into it too.
right. They did a great job with the effects and other things. They put a lot of money into it, but they didn't do a good job. Even making it a movie that wouldn't be good if it wasn't a comparison to an old movie that was great.
It would just be another bland, run-of-the-mill.
Yeah.
This was the type of stuff they were doing in the early 2000s with Triple X movies, with the Vin Diesel, the Vin Diesel Triple X movies. They just basically.
Yeah, I want to find the person that says this movie is better than the original one. I'm sure there's people out there.
Don't go near that person.
Maybe.
They must have been born like friggin' 8 years ago.
But they would still have to have seen the original one and said that this one was better. You know, because I'm sure people would say that, which is just ridiculous.
Alright, the comparison
Right.
is
Right.
Johnny Utah isn't just a random college quarterback. No, what is he, Mike?
He's like an X Games star,
Yeah.
extreme sports kind of thing, who in the beginning of the movie lost his buddy, and that's how
Doing a really stupid stunt.
Right, and that's how people got to know him because he pretty much lost his friend doing that stunt. And then he's 7 years, I think it was 7 years later, something like that, or 10, maybe even 10, but I think it was 7. He becomes the FBI agent, trains for the FBI.
He was bad too, man. This dude, I don't even know, what the hell is this dude's name? Let's see what this dude's, I didn't even bother to look up what this dude's name is. Alright, so go ahead, continue.
But he looked more like Bodie than Utah.
He did.
Than Johnny Utah. And the guy who played Bodie.
Oh, they look like a bunch of Israeli rich kids, right?
Or Israeli
like Israeli
militants.
rich kid biker / skydiving guy.
Israeli soldiers.
They wiped their ass with the surfing in this movie. This movie's more about skydiving
and skiing and snowboarding. A lot of extreme sports. They did like 2 scenes with
and dirt bikes.
Yeah, a lot of dirt bikes, a lot of extreme sports. And they didn't really concentrate on the same storyline as the first one. Which, if you can do a reboot of it, why not? They use the same names.
They did use the same names. They even had Pappas in there. A Pappas who was boring. That dude was way boring compared to the Gary Busey character in the first one.
Yeah, he wasn't a big star in this one. It was mostly Utah on his own, doing his own thing, trying to infiltrate these people who weren't really just stealing for themselves.
But he's also the extreme sports guy, right? So he's talking to dude who's supposed to be John C. McGinley, but it's the bald black guy, that guy instead of
right.
And he's not yelling at him at all.
He's a very compassionate.
The way John C. McGinley was yelling at Keanu Reeves
from the very beginning of the original Point Break, he was yelling at him as soon as he walked in.
From the very beginning.
Right. As soon as he walked in the door, he called him like a blue light special or some shit. I know you're kind.
But I was 100% right. This was going to be the worst of the 3. Because Total Recall was just... I mean, I can't say it was...
Right, at least with Total Recall and RoboCop, we can say that standalone movies, they would be okay. They would be decent as standalone movies. This one, as a standalone movie, wouldn't even probably make it.
No.
You know, the writing was horrible, the acting was horrible. Just pretty much everything. I had corny lines.
And not that I'm gonna diss this movie for this fact, but is there a single person who's really well known in that movie? I didn't recognize a single person from that movie.
Well, just the chief.
I
Yeah,
didn't
actually,
recognize
yeah.
him.
I even think Bodie is somebody, but not nobody big. But he was in other movies too. I've seen him. But the guy who played Bodie was just a crazy maniac.
But what does he do? They're surf, like, how does he impress them, right? He, like, surfs on this really, really awkward...
Huge wave, which is they do
Where
over
there's,
eight extreme sports. They were
But
going
where
for. This
there's,
was
like...
the fourth of the
No,
extreme
I
sports.
mean where he first impressed
Yeah, but that
them,
was the fourth one already.
But with the...
That was the fourth extreme sport. He saved his life to stop
They
the...
got these boats on these giant waves.
Yeah, it looked like a big wave pool. Huge waves are coming. I mean, tsunami type waves, but the boats are...
That's one of two surfing scenes in this, because the first one was mostly about surfing. But this one, those were two surfing scenes. That scene and...
the last scene.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, spoiler alert. Ooh.
Yeah, they're trying to
Like
complete
everyone
8
gives-
extreme sports.
Like everyone gives a friggin'...
Called the 8.
Like everyone cares about this movie.
And yeah, Bodie, Utah made his way into the group because they were just stealing. They weren't stealing for themselves. They were robbing and giving back to people.
They're dropping them in, like, South American countries or something.
Yeah, they
like
robbed
that.
a plane and they let the money out, the bricks of money. Because, you know, there's a lot of planes that carry bricks of money like that. And then they just...
They skydived that right out.
And they let in the middle of the air.
I said this is more skydiving than surfing. There was a lot of emphasis on skydiving in this
Yeah, there was a
movie.
lot of jumping off buildings in this one and jumping off cliffs.
And talking at the peaks of mountains for about 15 minutes before you do anything.
Not only did they jump, not only did they skydive, but they skydived into a pit.
Oh, yeah.
Of
Oh,
the
that's
earth.
how he figures out. That's how he gets his in. Because that's his theory, is that's how they got away. And no one believes them.
Yeah.
No one believes him
Oh.
when he says that.
They made it look like they just go skydiving
Into underground caves.
Yeah, it wasn't that great of a movie at all, and that's
No.
why you're probably never gonna see that star again, which I haven't seen the star ever. That one particular guy.
The guy, the one who played Johnny Utah.
Yeah, I don't know where he's from or what he's gonna be going to, but it wasn't very good. It wasn't very good at all. They put a lot of effort into it. They put a lot of money into it. You could tell. I mean the budget.
You want to do the early budget box office comparison?
Well,
We'll do it
I'm
early.
sure this has more budget. They did more budget in this one than in the other one. I don't even remember what the budget was in the other one, but
That's the budget.
I would say 80 million. Wow, 100 million.
A little bit.
105 million.
Box office.
Box office, I would say it did 180 million. Lower than that.
Yep.
130 million.
Like a couple up from that, yes.
Okay.
133.
Interesting.
133.
$133 million. So
So it was a flop.
it was a total flop.
So
They
is
were
this even domestic? I mean, like, is this the worldwide or domestic?
Oh, I'm assuming that's just domestic. I mean, if that was worldwide, 133 million only for that. Then it was a huge flop. Then it was a huge flop anyway. The movie's no good. People who went to the movies to see the movie weren't like, oh, you gotta see this fucking movie.
Did anyone come out of the theater and was like, yeah, awesome that I saw that movie?
Yeah, no, you know, I don't even know if they're obviously trying to cater to the original Point Break
But
fans.
piggybacking off the name of it. That's all they did was piggyback off the name of it. And what does that matter when it's just a movie? One movie that was made in 1991. But like you're gonna piggyback off the name of that movie, but switcheroo.
Jeez, wow, 91. It took them like 14 years to make a. Wait, no, 91. 2001.
Yeah. No.
2000, right? 15. Wow. Oh my God, like 24 years.
More than that, Mike.
No, 91 to 2015.
Oh, okay.
About 24 years, and it took them that long to make that crap.
I thought you meant how long ago Point Break was.
No, 1991. No, it was look. You can't compare to that. And, you know, and they did a little. They had a little Easter. Well, I don't want to say Easter eggs in it. You know,
They did with the surfing. With
so
them
you
switching
said
up
you
the
heard some
skydiving
similar
and
music
surfing.
too, and also when he tried to shoot him when he was running away from him, and then he just shot in the air, which was stupid.
The exact same way that Keanu Reeves did. Yes.
And Packus didn't die in this one, right?
I don't even know.
Yeah, they didn't really show.
I checked out at certain points because it was really just so. But they went into so many different speeches.
We almost couldn't finish this movie. We almost said we were just gonna do a review without even finishing it, but
The
you have to
Israeli,
be honest, and we finished it.
the Israeli guy version of Bodhi just kept getting into these long, long talks with fake Johnny Utah.
Yeah.
Oh, it just it dragged. It
Yeah.
dragged. It dragged, and then by the time the action scenes came on, you were like, at least I was. I was like, oh,
Well, the
whatever.
action scenes were a little crazy. If you like that kind of stuff, just watching a movie that's horrible but has good action scenes.
Once
then-
they went into that friggin' flying scene,
Right. when went
once
the
they
little
started
wings.
doing, once they did that, that was actually when I officially checked out.
Yeah, I checked out like when I pressed play. I said, you know what? Because I originally had checked out when I first started watching this a long time ago. Like I told you, I had turned it off after like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way now for nothing. Once they were riding down on it, before they even did the Wile E. Coyote scene, I was.
Oh yeah, the Wile E. Coyote scene. Yeah, the Acme like flying kit.
No, I'm talking about when he went off the. Remember that piece of the fucking mountain? The piece of the end of the mountain that was perfect, like a friggin' pillar
Oh, and
that they landed on?
oh yeah.
What
Which was-
what caused Johnny Utah's dilemma to quit being an extreme sports star? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he lost his buddy.
I don't suggest this movie. Do
No,
you
of
suggest
course
this
not.
movie?
100%
Wait,
no.
I give it.
Yeah.
This is the first one I'm giving it an actual.
Yeah, thumbs down to. Don't even watch it. Skip it. Skip that shit. Yeah, don't even bother.
Nah.
I agree with you 100%. It's just not a. It's not a good movie, a standalone movie. At
That's
all.
on my suggestion. That's his suggestion. If you want to risk it, risk it.
I'm sure people have risked it already. You can't take that time back. You know, it's about 2 hours long. The movie. It's almost right about 2 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
it felt like forever.
Oh yeah, you were checking the time like every 5 minutes. Yeah, a movie
was
that you
that
have to
bad.
check the time every
It was-
5 minutes.
It
is not a
was
good
that
one.
bad. It was that bad.
Yeah, they could have trimmed that shit down a little bit.
But
But a lot of action scenes, but it was horrible.
that was end of part 3 of the comparison, and you said we should do Judge Dredd next, all right?
Oh, yes. Yes, Judge Dredd. I have no problem doing Judge Dredd comparison.
Yeah. Okay. So next time we'll be still on Judge Dredd, which is not
Stallone.
really that good, but the Carl Urban one is good. All right. Chilling here with Mike again.
Don't waste your time.
Have a good night, everybody.
Don't watch the shit. Garbage.
Peace out.